Hello, dear students. I am Yuldash Zeynep Kamilovna, Urgench State University's English language teacher. Today's topic is giving questions in English language. This is also one of the very usage side of the language teachers. We commonly use or we mostly start our lessons with giving up questions only in English language. So I really wanted to open up my lesson with the most best quotes of the Albert Einstein's quotes. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Of course, a lot of discoveries opened up by asking questions, by searching questions, or putting up very important questions aside of our important goals. So now I will share some statistics about the questions. An average teacher asks 400 questions in a day. That is 70,000 a year. 1/3 of all teaching time is spent asking questions. Most questions are answered in less than a second. Yes, of course, some questions are answered in a very short period of the limit time during the classes. So, why ask questions? Actually, why do we ask questions, or why the learners ask questions? Questions mostly comes up according to the learner's interest, or learner's misunderstanding, or learner's inclusion. As we know, we have double H questions: what, when, where, who, and etc. and how also. Teachers ask questions for a variety of purposes, including to actively involve students in the class. So, if we indicate the learner's name and ask questions, they will be alert of answering for questions, and they try to be active during the classes. Second one, to increase motivation or interest, to evaluate students' preparation. We may ask during the classes some specific questions in order to evaluate students' preparation, how they prepared for the lesson. To check on completion of work. If we give them a particular work at the end for activities for designing specific questions, we may check their completion of the task. To develop critical thinking skills. So, in order to evaluate their critical thinking, we mostly ask general questions, not according to a specific concern or a specific task. To review previous lesson. Okay, this is also one of the mostly used type of questions that teachers use in order to review previous lessons. To nurture insight. So this is also one point of let's say psychological point of questioning, to nurture insights, to assess achievement or mastery of goals and objectives. So teachers design or teachers use questions, learners, students, pupils try to use questions to assess how they achieved their goals and objectives. To stimulate independent learning. Questioning is the one key element of independent learning for learners as well as for teachers. Types of questioning. So here given some types of questioning according to the categories, the types of categories and skills. You may see it here: knowledge, recall data or information; comprehension, understand meaning; application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation, or products. Dalton's questions. As previous slide, you may see the types, and here one specific one of Dalton's questions: quantity questions, change questions, prediction questions, points of view questions, personal involvement questions, comparative association questions, valuing questions. These categories are mostly used according to the specific cases, according to the specific prepared materials. For example, as I mostly use about the prediction questions. So while I'm introducing the topic, I commonly ask them some predictable questions. So what it can be asked during the classes, or before distributing handouts, I put some questions about the predictable questions. Tips of effective questioning. Here given 4 tips of effective questioning. The first one, questions have been classified according to various different criteria. What kind of thinking they try to elicit, whether they are genuine or disciplined questions, whether they are closed or open-ended questions. As I before mentioned, there are many types of questioning, closed or open-ended questions. Open-ended questions mostly for opinion-based questions. It means that we will not evaluate for the learners you are right, you are right, or you are incorrect in this position. It's not according to the basic rule of something. That's why it's here said open-ended questions. Okay, criteria for effective questioning. Now here you may see 6 criteria of effective questioning. The first one, clarity. Of course, when the question is clear enough, the learners can easily grasp it and try to understand the meaning of the question, what it means. So, and also they may answer for the question in an easy way. Learning value. Learning value, it means does the question stimulate thinking or responses that will contribute to further learning? It means that when the question not only reveals the answer for the question, maybe creates or can cause to create for the next question. Interest. Do learners find the question interesting, challenging, or stimulating? Of course, when the question is interesting, they have a high rise of answering for this question. Not only answering, maybe they try to find some challenges while they are answering for the question. Availability. You may see here, can most of the members of the class try to answer it? So when you give the question, it also may relate it for whole group of the learners. Extension. Does the question invite and encourage extended or varied answers? Beforehand, you may also warn the students that there are some number of answers can be accepted. Teacher reaction. Are the learners sure that their responses will be related with respect, that they will not be put down or ridiculed if they say something inappropriate? Of course, nowadays language teachers try to accept mostly all the answers of the learners by saying them or by explaining them in a quiet way, in a quiet tone. So now I will give you teacher questioning exchanges. This is analysis. You should learn these tables and you should give your own comments for these exchanges. These exchanges consist of exchange 1, exchange 2, exchange 3, and exchange 4. In exchange 1, you have a given some expert's opinion. Before doing this one, you should do first 4 exchanges. Exchange 2, exchange 3, and 4. This is the 4 exchanges are for your home task. Okay, with this, the last slide. This is all for our lesson. If you have no question, lesson is over. Goodbye.